students, welcome in today's lecture of the surgery. From the today's lectures, we'll start the fracture. Isn't it? So, from since today in future lectures, we'll discuss a fracture completely. Isn't it? We'll start with the fracture. The fracture. The fracture. First, we'll see the definition of the fracture. So, how to define the fracture? The fracture is, or you can say, the discontinuity in the anatomical continuity of bone is called as fracture. So this is a definition of the fracture. What is the definition? The discontinuity in the anatomical continuity of the bone is called as a fracture. Or also we can say the breach in the anatomical continuity of the bone. Breach in the anatomical continuity. The definition is given in different books. So the proper definition is what? The discontinuity in the anatomical continuity of the bone is called as a fracture. Now fracture are the various types are there. And they are classified in different groups. We will see the classification of the fracture. The classification of the fracture is that it is classified on the basis of various factors. The first, on the basis of the etiology or on the basis of the etiopathology, which is called as etiopathological classification also. And here, on the basis of this factor, the fracture is classified in three groups. That are, number one is traumatic fracture. This symbol is used for the fracture, denoting the fracture. Second, pathological fracture. Third, spontaneous fracture. So first of all, we'll see what these fractures are. Traumatic fracture means what? It is the type of the fracture where the sole cause of the fracture is the trauma. It is the fracture in the healthy bone which is caused by the injury or the trauma. Means before the occurrence of the trauma or injury, the bone is absolutely healthy. So the fracture due to injury into the healthy bone is called as a traumatic fracture. You understood? The traumatic fracture is the fracture due to injury to the healthy bone. Second, the pathological fracture. The pathological fracture means what? It is the fracture due to underlying pathology. Here, the trauma is not cause. Trauma is not the cause of the fracture. The underlying pathology is the cause of the fracture. Underlying disease, which are already affecting the bone, is the cause of the fracture. This is called a pathological fracture. The trauma may be trivial trauma, or without trauma, the fracture may occur. For example, the fracture due to caries of bone infection, cancer of the bone, malignancy of the bone. In these conditions, the fracture occurs and the cause is the underlying disease, either caries or the infection of the bone or cancer, that is malignancy of the bone. Such fractures are called as a pathological fracture. Then, third one, spontaneous fracture. It is a fracture which occurs spontaneously in the bone, and this occurs due to incoordination of the muscle actions, as is found in case of the tetanus inconvergence, where the muscles are forcefully contract, and due to this incoordination on their contractions, incoordination means what? If suppose that normally in the poses a person is going to what? Flex the hand. What happens? The flexor muscle gets contract and what? The extensor muscle gets relaxed. This is called the coordinated action. In coordination, what happens in case of convulsions or in case of the tetanus, the both of the group of the muscles, that what? The flexors as well as extensors or all the muscles, they get contracted and they pull the bone. Due to that, the fracture occurs. That fracture occurs called as a spontaneous fracture. We understood? This is an etiological classification. Etiological classification. Then on the basis of the extent of the fracture line, the fracture is classified in two groups. Incomplete and second is complete. Second is complete. Incomplete and the complete. Complete fracture is what? The fracture of the bone occurs, but where one table of the bone gets fractured, another table remains intact. Or other way we can say, the fracture line doesn't pass throughout the width of the bone or length of the bone. Then such type of the fracture is called as an incomplete fracture. Isn't it? For example, suppose this is the bone and fracture occurs here. If fracture only occurs up to here. So where up to here the fracture line gets extended and beyond that there is no fracture line or no continuation of the fracture. Such type of the fracture is called as the incomplete, because here the discontinuity is the incomplete. While complete fracture means what? Where the both table of the bone is involved or fracture line travels through whole width of the bone. Whole width of the bone. That is from one end to another end. Such type of the fracture, complete fracture, it will be like this. The fracture line will pass through the bone. Then this fracture is called the complete fracture. Very good. Hope that you understood. Then third, see, on the basis of the nature, means what type of the nature of the fracture is there? What type of the fracture occurs after the discontinuity there? That one is simple fracture, second multiple fracture, third comminuted fracture, or which is called compound fracture, and the fourth one is compression fracture. Or this is also called the crust fracture, crust of bone. So what are they? Simple fracture means what? There is a fracture of the bone is there, and there is only single or the simple line of the fracture is there. When the bone gets discontinued or anatomical discontinuity is there, so there is only two pieces are formed. Two fracture ends are there, and the proximal or the distal ends are there. It's called a simple fracture. Then second is multiple fracture. This is also called a simple or single fracture. Then the multiple fracture. If the fracture at the more than one side, either into the same bone or in the different bones, it's called the multiple fracture. Fracture at the more than one side. It may be either in the same bone or in the different bone. That is called the multiple fracture. Then comminuted fracture. Comminuted fracture means what? Is also called the compound fracture. When the bone gets fractured and the fracture end broken into the multiple pieces. Then it is called a comminuted fracture or the compound fracture. We understood? When in simple or in multiple fracture, when the bone gets fractured, only the separation of the two fracture ends are there. Separation is there. And the ends are not broken into the pieces. But in compound fracture or comminuted fracture, after the fracture, what happens? The fracture end, they are broken into the pieces. That is called as the compound fracture. Fourth one, the compression or the crush fracture. Compression or the crush fracture means when this impact injury, mostly in cases of the automobile accident, where the large impact is there, huge impact is there, and there will be the what? The impinging of the bone into two hard structures. That will cause the compression over the bone. It causes the crush of the bone, crush or the powdered bone. This type of the fracture is called compression fracture or the crush fracture. Then next one, classification on the basis of complications. On the basis of fractures is classified in two groups. One is uncomplicated fracture and second one is complicated fracture. Uncomplicated fracture means what? It is the fracture where only there is injury to the bone or only the fracture of the bone. There is no other complications are there or no other associated injuries are there. No associated injury, only simple that there is a fracture of the bone or there is only discontinuity in the anatomical continuity of the bone. It's called uncomplicated fracture without having injury to the surrounding structure, without loss of the bone. It's called as a uncomplicated fracture. The complicated fracture means what? Second one is what? The complicated fracture. The complicated fracture means it is the type of the fractures where along with the fracture of the bone or along with discontinuity in the anatomical continuity of the bone, there is injury to the other structures or there is infection or there is loss of the bone. Then it is called a complicated fracture. The complication may be injury to the nerve, injury to the vessel, injury to the ligament, injury to the muscles. They understood? If any one of these is associated with what? The fracture, then the fracture is called complicated. There may be infection after the fracture or during the fracture, then it is also called as a complicated fracture. There is loss of the part, there is loss of the bony part of the bone, then it is called complicated fracture. So do you understand? So the fracture may be uncomplicated or complicated. The next one, classification on the basis of the wound. It's very important classification. On the basis of the wound, the fractures classified into two groups are there. One is closed wound fracture. Closed wound fracture. And second is open wound fracture. Open wound fracture. The closed wound fracture means what? The closed wound fracture means there is a fracture of the bone. Fracture of the bone. Injury is there, wound is there in the bone, and in the surrounding tissue as well. But skin and subcutaneous tissue lying over the bone is intact. It's not open. Where the injury at the site of the bone is not exposure to the atmosphere. External atmosphere, such a fracture is called as a closed wound fracture. So I will show you the figure there. This is here above. If this is a bone and this is the skin, muscles. If the fracture is there in the bone, separation is there. Wound is there, injury is there in the bone, and in the surrounding tissue there may be the injury here. But skin over it, it is what? Intact. Such type of the fracture is called as the closed wound fracture. In this type of the fracture, there are low risk of exogenous infection. Or we can say overall there is a low risk of the infection. There is no chance of the exogenous infection. There may be the endogenous infection there. So this is called the closed wound fracture. Now the open wound fracture. The open wound fracture means what? It is the type of the fracture where the fracture of the bone occurs with the destruction of or cut in the skin covering or the tissue overlying the bone, where the fracture site becomes open to or exposure to external atmosphere. Such a type of the fracture is called as a open wound fracture. We'll see with the figure. If here fracture is there, and along with the fracture, there is what? Injury to the structures overlying it and the skin. And this type of wound is there. Where? Open wound. Open wound. Fracture. So we are getting here the fracture site is exposure to or what? Open to the external atmosphere or environment due to destruction of the overlying structures. This is called open wound fracture. Here there is a high risk of the infection, and mostly the high risk of the exogenous infection. The infection will occur through the wound. Here there is less chances of or the low risk of the infections. So you understood the closed wound and open wound fracture. The next classification on the basis of the stability. The fracture is stable and unstable. Stable fracture, and second is unstable fracture. Unstable fracture. Unstable fracture. Stable fracture means what? The fracture where after the reduction it can be hold at the place. Or it can be hold at the place or remain at the place. It is called a stable fracture. And unstable fracture is, it is the type of the fracture where even after the reduction it cannot be remain or is difficult to hold at the place. It is called unstable fracture. Unstable fracture. The next special type of the fracture. There are two special type of the fractures are there. Number one is a green stick fracture. Green stick fracture. And second one is stress or march fracture. Stress or the march fracture. The first of all, the green stick fracture. This is a special variety of the fracture. This fracture occurs in the children's. First of all, try to understand what is the green stick fracture. The green stick fracture, as it's common in the children, it is incomplete type of the fracture. Incomplete fracture where one table of the bone gets fractured, another table remains intact, and after the injury or getting the fracture gets bent. Bone gets bent. One table gets fractured and another table gets bent. So this is called as a green stick fracture. Why? Because this is similar to that of the green stick. If you understand this fracture, take the two stick, one dry stick and second green stick, and try to break this. First break the dry stick. What happens? When you break the dry stick, it will be break completely. And when you are going to break the green stick, what happens? Full force, the one table gets fractured, and it will go like this. But green stick doesn't get completely break down, and one side will remains unbroken. And when you try to break it, it will get bent. It's similarly occurs in the green stick type of the fracture. Why it is in the common in the children? Because in the children's bones are more elastic. When they are not completely ossified, they are more cartilaginous, and that's why they are elastic. And whenever the trauma is applied, it doesn't get break completely. That's called the green stick fracture. Stress fracture or march fracture. The stress fracture or march fracture is also a special type of the fractures where the fracture due to either stress means due to constant weight on the foot. It will cause fracture of the heel, fracture of the bones of the lower extremity, neck of the femur. Rarely, but it may occur due to constant standing, especially in the persons who have the more weight, obese person, overweight, and who stand for the long time. That's why stress fracture. Sorry, march fracture. Why it's called march fracture? Because this occurs due to the stress due to march in the shoulders. It is common in the soldiers where they have to do march daily, routinely, and the persistent, continuous marching, which produces stress on the bone and will cause the fracture. This type of the fracture is called as a stress fracture or march fracture. So this is a main classification of the fracture. Fracture can further classified on the basis of various factors are there, but not applicable for the all the bones are there. For example, the classification on the basis of the impaction. Impacted fracture, non-impacted. That's seen in the complete type of fracture. That we'll see along with the displacement. Along with the displacement. Another classification on the basis of the displacement. Undisplaced fracture and a displaced fracture. Undisplaced fracture means there is a fracture in the bone, discontinuity in the anatomical continuity of the bone, but the fracture sites or the fracture ends remains at the place. That doesn't undergo the displacement. Means the fracture, there won't be separation and they remains at their site. It's called as undisplaced. Displacement means after the fracture or the separation of the two fracture ends, the fractures ends, they leave their place. They displace. It is called a displaced fractures. Very displacements are there. We'll see in next lecture what type of the displacements are there. Then according to the site, the fracture is also classified supracondylar, diphageal, epiphyseal, but this class is not applicable for all the bones. It is applicable only for the long bones, and this classification will be applicable for the all types of the bones are there, or fracture of the bones. So for today's lectures, remember what is the fracture and the classification of the fracture. The classification of fracture you should be understand properly, because these are help in the management of the fracture. Because the management of the fracture is depend upon mainly the type of the fracture, or management will be what type of management should be provided to the patient, or what type of management will be indicated in that portion is depend upon the type of the fracture. Hope that you understood it. If you not understood, you can share me in the comments. I will try to improve it and try to make the lecture according to